we
Good
decided
afternoon.
to have today, good afternoon, today discussion because you know that I think if I'm not wrong, the fourth will be the exam. Is it this environmental management and clean production paper? It will be on fourth, no? Fourth or 6th November.
4th of November.
Hello.
4th, sir.
4th of November.
4th November, sir.
Fourth of November. Okay. Started at 8:30 to 11:30.
No, 1 to 4.
Oh, in the evening, afternoon.
Evening, 1 to 4.
1 to 4. Right. 1 to 4. Good. Okay, then first I'll brief how our question paper will be as similar to last year. First 15 questions, then you have the 4 answers are there. You have to select correct one. Then 15 questions are there. Then after that, the most suitable one to be selected for first 15 questions. Then second one, question 2, there are 5 questions. 5 questions are there. Then you have to select either yes or not, and then you have to explain whether it is. If it is yes, then you have to explain. Either it is no, that is also you have to explain. 5 questions are there. Then after that, another from question number 3 to 8, there are 5 questions. Out of 5, you have to answer only 3. 5 questions has given, then out of that, you have to answer 3. So each will get 20 marks, 20 into 360. The first 15, you will get 30 marks. And the second 5 questions, you will get 10 marks. First 15 question 30, second 5 question 10, altogether 40. And the last 3 questions, you will get 60. Then altogether it will be 100. Clear, no? Can hear? Any questions? Hello? Is it audible? Someone should answer. Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear.
Yeah, it's clear, no? The structure is clear for you. Right. Now altogether 32 plus 6, 38 students are connected with us right now. Okay, basically, you people know about greenhouse gases. Actually, you should discuss, otherwise I cannot understand whether you got it or not. Greenhouse gases, you know that. Is it? Can you tell one greenhouse gas? Someone can tell that?
Steve,
Sorry, greenhouse gas. One of the greenhouse gas.
Carbon dioxide.
Yeah, good. Correct. So that greenhouse gases, knowledge about greenhouse gases is important. So then let's say we have given four numbers of gases. Then you have to identify which is not belongs to greenhouse or which is belong to greenhouse like. Okay, that is there. Then greenhouse effect actually we have thoroughly discussed and deeply we have discussed. So you should know about that. Carbon footprint is also important for you. I think your people are aware of that. If you have any question, you can discuss here. If you need further clarifications, explanations, etc., we can discuss. Then, do you know sustainability pillars? Can you tell one pillar? What are the sustainability pillars?
Economic, environmental, and social.
Yeah, so we are trying to focus that also, but not directly these things, but related to that. Okay, basically almost all the topics what we have discussed covered in the paper. So as I said, the third one, the question number 3 to 8. There are 5 questions, then you have to select 3 only. So even though you have not touched one part completely, even though you will be able to get 100 marks. Then cleaner production. Regarding cleaner production, do you have any clarification, any explanation do you need? So we have discussed in 3-4 weeks continuously. We have discussed about cleaner production. So we have given more high percentage to the clean production question in this paper. Okay. Then your people know ISO 14001. Do you have any idea about that? What is
Yes.
ISO 14001?
Environmental management
What is that?
certificate. Environmental management certification.
Yes. Should learn thoroughly that also. Then once we back to cleaner production, then cleaner production definition, of course we won't ask about that because almost all the papers we have seen what is the cleaner production definition and all, it is there, but related to cleaner production, some questions are there. Okay. Then can you remember we have discussed about end of pipe treatments? End of pipe treatments. Someone can explain what is that end of pipe treatments? Is it a cleaner production initiative? End of pipe treatment is a cleaner production initiative. Is it an initiative related to cleaner production?
No, sir, no.
No, it's not a cleaner production initiative. Yeah. So these things are very common questions. So should go through. Just I'm giving some hints where you have to focus and learn during these 3-4 days. So end of pipe treatment is of course not a cleaner production. So cleaner production, we have to start from raw material onwards. So from very beginning. So once we did everything, if we are going to treat or if you are going to recover, if you are going to save, that is not a cleaner production activity. So we have to start it from the very beginning of the process. So end of pipe treatment is a different thing, but anyway, we are talking about the environmental sustainability. So to do the environmental sustainability, of course, we should have end of pipe treatment also. Otherwise, what will happen? So emission will be considerably high. So that's why we are using end of pipe treatment. But once we establish the organization, the factory, the facility, then sometimes no way of controlling. Then we have to do the end of pipe treatments. Okay. Then your people are well aware of acid rains, eutrophication, Can you remember these things? Eutrophication. What is that eutrophication? Someone can tell that? Anyone? Eutrophication? Acid rains? These are environmental issues, no? Any other environmental issues due to manufacturing? Can you remember? Eutrophication, anyone can remember? So this is eutrophication means when we are doing agriculture, especially when you are doing agriculture, then the additional fertilizer which go away with water, then accumulated in lakes, tanks, etc. So then the fertilizer level of the tank, inside the tank or the lake, will increase, no? Then the growing of unnecessary plants and all will be there. So you can remember that salvia and all, that is also due to that eutrophication. So that's the thing. So there is also an environmental issue. So most of the fertile things will go and stagnate one place. So that is called eutrophication. So these things are directly won't be there. But to answer some questions, so this will be helpful. Acid rains also you can understand why it has happened, what's the reason to propagate acid rain. So due to cut down of trees, deforestation and all. So then acid rains started. Then the high smoke emission and all also caused to have acid rain. So these are also important. Then anyone can explain about the green building. What is a green building? So there won't be a question like what is the green building? Okay, but interrelated to that, so questions are there. Green building. What's the purpose of having a green, designing a green building? Can you tell someone? One advantage. Green buildings. What will be the main purpose of green buildings? So green buildings basically, I think you in the University of Vocational Technology also green type buildings are there. So recently constructed. Then basically they are considering, they are thinking the HVAC improvements through these green buildings. Then heating, ventilation and air conditioning improvements, as well as what else? It doesn't matter if it can right or wrong your answer, it doesn't matter, you should tell something. Then this discussion will be more fruitful. Dhammika, do you have any idea? Shehan? Sulakshi? Yashoda? Advantages of green buildings. Can you tell one? No voice. So basically in these green buildings, we are focusing HVAC improvements mainly. What is HVAC? What is HVAC? No, people from manufacturing, they should know this one, HVAC.
Heating, ventilation, condition.
Yeah, heating, ventilation, and air
Air
conditioning.
condition.
Yeah, heating, ventilation, and air conditioning is called HVAC. So mainly this green building. So this is the one of the main factor we consider. HVAC improvements. So let's say once we design the building as per the green concept, then heating, either air conditioning cost should go down compared to conventional design. Okay, that's the purpose of aligning it with green type. So air conditioning cost will be less. Then the lighting cost also will be less. Illumination cost will be reduced. So that will be natural lighting and all. Natural ventilation will be there. These are the advantages. Few more is there, so you have to learn. Okay. Then we talk about ozone layer. What is the ozone layer? What is the ozone layer? Ozone layer is related to what? Go ahead with what?
Greenhouse.
Greenhouse effect. Yes. It is going ahead with greenhouse effect. We have discussed a lot while we were discussing greenhouse effect and advanced greenhouse effect. Can you remember? And the natural greenhouse effect. Can remember, I think. What is the advanced or enhanced greenhouse effect? Enhanced due to this what is called with this industrial revolution, what has happened? A lot of factories and other manufacturing facilities grown. Then a lot of building factories came out. So due to these reasons, emissions highly generated. Then unwanted emissions, hazardous emissions and all. So then it goes to increase the greenhouse gases, and it goes to enhance the greenhouse effect. Then I have to answer one question from you. Then basically greenhouse effect should be there or not?
It's
Should
there.
be there, sir.
To human.
Should be there. Yes.
Yeah.
It's there.
It should be there, sir.
For human existence. Yeah, correct. For human existence, greenhouse effect is very important. So otherwise, what will happen, you know very well. So we have discussed deeply that one. So temperature will be very low, then people cannot survive. So greenhouse gases should be there, but the issue is with the enhanced greenhouse gases. You know these things. Then how ozone layer depletion starts and what's the consequences due to refrigerant issues, refrigerant usage. You know that chlorofluorocarbon, CFC category is very harmful to the ozone layer, and why it is we have discussed. So you should know that. Okay. Questions are there related to greenhouse? Yes, it's a wide discussion, so definitely everywhere. If you see environmental related question paper, then this is there. It is compulsory. Then the next important one, I think you can remember life cycle assessment, LCA. We have discussed several days. We have discussed and had a good discussion with you all. So LCA, what is LCA? Life cycle assessment. Then can someone answer why LCA is important? But anyway, there won't be a question like that. But just to discuss only why LCA is important.
නිෂ්පාදනයක සම්පූර්ණ ක්‍රියාවලිය බලපෑම පරිසරයට සිදුවන බලපෑම තක්සේරු කරලා ඒ පිළිබඳ නිරීක්ෂණය කර.
Exactly correct. Yes. හරියටම හරි. අපි life cycle assessment එකක් කරන්න නැතුව we cannot develop our product. Then we cannot understand what's the threat originally created to the environment and what are the improvement required. So to understand these things, so we should conduct LCA. So even though product is good in the market and there's a good demand, good sale is there, but we do not know what will happen during next few months, few years, or few days, like few weeks. So we should be very keen on to the LCA. And what is the I think you can remember what has happened to that with this conversion to smartphone and all. Earlier, no smartphones were there. So one of the very famous company, they produce normal phones, then but they did not move to the smartphones category quickly. But some other companies, they moved to smartphone category and they were able to capture the market easily. Then the people, they were unable to go ahead with that end. But even though very beginning they were very popular, they lost their opportunity. So LCA is very important. So there are several questions related to LCA. So you can answer if you have basic concept about LCA and if you have gone through what we have discussed during our classroom sessions. So you can answer these questions. LCA, there are several questions. Okay. Basically, there are 3 categories now. I have explained very beginning the first 15 questions. You have to select the correct answer. Then the answer already given. So there are also LCA related questions. Then the second one, either yes or no, and you have to explain why it is yes or not. Also there. Then the third category, 20 minutes, 20 marks question, 3 questions are there. There are also altogether 5 questions you have given. Out of that, you have to answer only 3. So there is also, this is there. So you have to go, still you have time to learn, time to refresh, and go through it and get ready. So questions are very easy. If you have gone through, if you have read it, then it will be very easy to write. So there's no special mathematics behind this now. This is, of course, I think manufacturing and other people, what's called mechatronic. They have another question paper called, what is that? Almost related to environmental management. What is that paper? I think similar topics discussed there also.
Sustainable consumption and production.
Yeah. Yes. Wait. Then these both papers almost going together. What you have learned there, that paper is already there or is still not? You sat for the exam or not started it, no?
No, sir.
That paper is also coming, I think next week, like,
Yes.
yeah. So that opportunity, I think IEM people won't get that opportunity, but manufacturing and mechatronic, they will get that opportunity. Almost same topics they are now, so that they're easy to write. Then eco-friendly, you know that eco-friendly. What is eco-friendly? But there won't be a question like what's eco-friendly. Okay, but related to eco-friendly, then some questions are there. What is eco-friendly products? Sulakshi, what is eco-friendly product? How we can identify whether it is eco-friendly or not? I think last year, I have taken some topics from the last year paper also. Eco-friendly products, how we can identify? How
Eco-friendly
we can identify
yes. Eco-friendly product is aimed to minimize environmental impact while maximum usage of product.
Yeah, just think about that electronic vehicle and all. Then what are the advantages we are getting from that? Sorry, the electrical vehicles. We call it is eco-friendly products, no? Just simply think and write. Simply think and say eco-friendly. Then what are the advantages we are getting?
It's safety, security, and sustainable solutions.
Yes, good. Emission, actually, we are talking about emission. Why we are interested for electric vehicle? So emission will be less. So governments are trying to implement that because the environment, it will enhance the environmental condition because less emission, no? Like zero emission, no emission at all, like, while using. But while producing it, emission is there to produce. We have to heat iron, we have to prepare sheet metals, we have to prepare the accessories, sheet covers, lot of things to be done. But while manufacturing these things, of course, we have to use energy. Then like fossil fuels, we have to use sometimes. Then in that case, that is there. But while using instead of normal crude oil fuel, then we can use we will use electricity. So then while using electricity, that emission we can bring down to zero. So that is also one advantage we are getting. Then what else? Eco-friendly, the energy consumption. So if it is eco-friendly, energy consumption should less. ගොඩක් අඩු වෙනවා energy consumption එක අඩු වෙනවා ඒක අපිට කියනවා eco-friendly. එතකොට then what else? If it is a recyclable, reusable, that is also we call eco-friendly, no? One time use, and if you have to throw it away, then it won't be eco-friendly product. So
Minimal wastage.
Sorry.
Minimum wastage.
Yes, minimum wastage, definitely. Then you can think and write these things. So you get some examples. Then there won't be a direct question, what is the eco-friendly product like? But in between the question, then there are something you have to explain. So then while writing, then you think what are the eco-friendly products available in the market, available in this world. Then you will be able to answer to the question very effectively. Okay, no any question is so serious, so very easy. So So if you have learned what is happening in the society, and if you are open to the society, open to the environment, so you can easily you can try to these questions. Then other thing we have discussed already. I think previous also we have gone through. Then I can remember we had a good discussion. It's like this. If you want, let's say you are going to have a lunch today, then while having your lunch, you can select a lot of varieties for your lunch now. Then sometimes the cost will go up to 30,000-40,000 per person. So that is also possible. Or otherwise, we can simply have our lunch. It will cost maximum 500 rupees if you are going to have a normal lunch at this moment, at these days. So, do you think that, of course, at once like we can have, but if you are continuously going to have a lunch, like very expensive lunch, expensive food, so is it good for the environment? It is good for our, is it good for the sustainability? It is obvious, no, it is not good. So then you should understand that also you should get into your mind while answering to this question. Some questions are there. So why we are overusing? Why we are buying if it is not relevant to us? Like, okay, let's say there are a lot of plastic items on there. So, but price is also less. Then we are buying that. But no use of buying that. Once you bring it to your home or to the workplace, it will use once only. Then there's no use. Then what will happen? It will stagnate somewhere. So it's an issue for you all. Then what will happen finally? Then you need a separate place to keep these stuff. Then unwanted space utilization is there. So like that, lot of difficulties you will face. The financially you are losing, and not only that, your space, where the house is also limited space inside the house, so that is also you will lose. So this is to be considered while you are buying any product. So any product mean if you want to buy a food related item or any other ornament, so you have to think about that. So there's a direct relationship with our subject, all this buying ability. So think about that more and more. There will be some questions related to that also. So if you are a good buyer means that you are sustainable buyer, then I think it will be very easy to handle that question. I'm giving some insights related to the question paper, so these things are also very important. Any questions so far? Hello. All can hear me? ඔක්කොටම ඇහෙනවද? සමහරවිට ඇහෙන්නේ නැද්ද දන්නේ?
ඇහෙනවා sir.
ඇහෙනවනේ. All together 38 plus 8, 46 members are here. I think all 46 can hear. Now, if anyone is having any difficulty, you can raise your hand also. Or if you need any clarification, anything else, you can ask. I think this discussion will inspire you, and what you have not touch, you will try to touch it again. What you have not gone through and what you have, even though we have discussed and not gone through, you will try to read it again and answer to the questions more accurately. Basically, can you explain what are the good cleaner production mechanisms? Yeah. Cleaner production mechanism. What are the cleaner production mechanisms? But this question won't be there. Definitely. Do you know? Then we will discuss, but interrelated to this. What are the cleaner production techniques? Are the mechanisms? Hello? Can you remember at least one? Cleaner production, no? It's a very basic thing. No? What is cleaner production? Basically, we talk about what in this subject. What we talk about cleaner production. සිංහල කියන බන අපිට මොනවද කරන්නේ අපි මේ clean production එකේදී? What is our basic aim of clean production? එක්කෙනෙක් කියන්න බෑ? මතක නැද්ද? ඇහුන්නේ නැහැ. What is clean production?
කාර්මික ක්‍රියාවලියෙන් හා නිෂ්පාදන වලින් පරිසරයට සිදුවන බලපෑම අඩු කිරීමේ ක්‍රියාවලිය ඒකත් අපි ක්ලීන් ප්‍රොඩක්ෂන් කියලා හඳුන්වනවා.
Okay, good. Anyway, minimization of waste, no? Waste කියන්නේ it's a waste. Minimization of waste. That is basically we discuss in this subject topic. So to minimize the waste, what are the mechanisms we can use? You can think and write. You have 3-4 days still. Then you can go through what we have learned, also what we have discussed. In addition to that, simply you can think and write. Okay. So there are several mechanisms we have discussed related to cleaner production implementation. What are they?
Good housekeeping.
Eco design.
Why? Yeah. Okay, then it's good. Yeah, good housekeeping. Why good housekeeping is helpful to implement clean production? Good housekeeping. Then what I want to say that altogether there are 38, 40, 46 members are here. No, all should pass the exam. No, that's my basic attempt. So just you understand what's the basic there. Okay, basics to be understand. Then the good housekeeping. The good housekeeping means good housekeeping. How good housekeeping could help to improve the cleaner production activity. Then basically what will happen, that everything will keep in a very organized way. No? Good housekeeping means there's no dust and all the things you keep in the proper places. Then what else? And routinely you clean the area. So these are basically called good housekeeping. No? And the place is neat and clean. So this is basically helping to implement the cleaner production. If no housekeeping at all, then no cleaner production there. So this is the basic thing to be implemented. So likewise, you can think and write. Then what else? The input material substitution. No, that is called that. Right now we are using some material for the production, but that is not recyclable. Then what we have to do? We have to substitute the relevant material which can be recycled. So you can think the same thing. There's mostly we are using plastic bottles. Now every day we were discussing plastic bottles when we were having discussions, classroom discussions. So what is the life cycle of plastic bottle? Like we discussed. Then how we can improve the life cycle of the plastic bottle. So that is also related to this. So the earlier also we discussed the same question like what about that LCA life cycle assessment. So that one and this one both very important for our environmental related initiatives. So definitely questions are there. Then you have to learn cleaner production mechanisms thoroughly. Then there won't be direct questions about the mechanisms, but interrelated questions will be there, LCA and cleaner production. Okay. Then just to elaborate a little bit more, you can remember we discussed about equipment modifications under cleaner production. I think I hope you can remember, instead of very inefficient motors, we decide to replace efficient motors. So these are helping to minimize the environmental issues. So energy consumption will be reduced. So the system will be more enhanced. That is important. So equipment modification. Then I think you have to talk about better process control and the product modification and the on-site reuse, recycle, etc. So these are the basic mechanisms. Altogether, we have discussed 8 mechanisms, techniques. These are very important. Should be there. I'm not sure whether directly will be there or not. But we should have some sort of idea about cleaner production mechanism. Okay, Amani started with good housekeeping. Yeah, good housekeeping is the first one. It must be to go ahead with cleaner production. It means that if your production area is not nicely arranged, so we cannot understand where the waste is propagated, like, you know. So then good housekeeping will give better understanding, good visuality. Okay. Any questions?
So case studies මුකුත් නෑනේ paper එක.
Case study mean it's not a direct case study, but interrelated. Like, let's say we have given some, we have explained, let's say it's an incident. The incident is there. Then you have to understand whether it's a true incident or false incident. Then if it is true, why? And if it is it's not true, then if it is a false incident, then why it is false? Like it's not a direct case study, but it's an indirect case study. ගොඩක් deeply යනවා නෙමෙයි. Yes or no වගේවා. But you have to elaborate what's the reason for that? Why it is yes or no? Then just to move further, I think we have discussed installation of water meters to one factory. Can you remember importance of installing water meters to each and every user points? Like, I think your people can remember, and why we have taken the decision to install a water meter to the entire user points inside the factory. And then, wow, what are the advantages of installing electricity meters? No? So let's say we discuss this thoroughly. So entire factory also we can install a one separate main electricity meter. In addition to that, each and every processes or the each and every manufacturing facilities, plants also we can introduce separate electricity. So what are the advantages of having such initiatives? So these things I think you should be able to explain if there's a question. Then why we insulated steam pipes? Why we insulated chill water pipes? Are there any reason? And what are the advantages we can get? I think we have discussed. Then we have deeply discussed furnace oil boiler versus biomass boiler. I think can remember. Why people are moving to biomass boiler. And what are the disadvantages of biomass boiler? There are some disadvantages with biomass boiler. But of course, with compared to furnace oil, some advantages, and both advantages and disadvantages both are there. So if there's a question, you should be able to clarify, answer. So let's say given product, there's a given product, then you should be able to analyze the life cycle assessment. I think you can remember where we discussed one washing machine, no? Life cycle assessment of the washing machine. So there won't be a question like what's the elaborate the life cycle assessment of the washing machine, but similar things we are expecting from similar explanation. Greenhouse effect you have to learn thoroughly during these 2-3 days. So it will be very beneficial to the exam. Then other most important topic is waste identification and minimization. We have discussed that one thoroughly. So waste identification is a must if we are talking about environmental issues related to manufacturing. Waste identification and minimization knowledge should be there thoroughly. You should thoroughly understand issues like what are the financial benefits we can get.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Is there any question with
Yes, sir.
that standard?
Standard mean? Standard mean?
Environmental management standard and labels.
There might be. But what we have discussed so far, definitely there will be questions from these subjects, these topics. Waste identification and minimization is also very important. So not only for get marks from this question paper, for your day-to-day activities also it's very important. No? Then you should know once you have completed your course and once we move to the industry. So waste minimization is a must. Then sustainable agriculture, what is that? Can you explain someone? There will be a question like this, explain the sustainable agriculture like, but interrelated things might be there. Sustainable agriculture, what do you expect in this sustainable agriculture? Any questions we can discuss? If you want to know further, if you do not know anything, we can discuss. How sustainable agriculture could help to the environmental sustainability? During 2-3 years also we had the same issue, no? We were unable to sustain, no, due to some issues, fertilizer issues were there, water, political issues, a lot of things were there. So the agriculture was not sustainable. Then had a lot of food related issues. So agriculture sustainability is very important for the human existence. Basically, why environmental sustainability is important for the current generation and the future generation, the existing people in the future. We have discussed these things thoroughly. Deeply we have discussed. Why we are reluctant to use virgin material. Instead of going for virgin material, if we can use available material, which is using right now, if we can recycle, that will be more effective, no? The virgin material means that we have to extract it from the ground, or then the additional resource extraction. So it will be more costly. So instead of going for virgin, so if we can use existing product, existing equipment, existing material again and again, it will be more beneficial for the environment. Hope you agree with that. So going for virgin is an additional cost, no? So then we have to do mining, we have to do purification, lot of activities to be done. Lot of activities need additional energy, additional raw material, then additional manning. So it's a waste. So going for a virgin again and again is not a good environmental practice. So if we can reuse it and manage our day-to-day activities, that will be the best solution. We have discussed. I think you people also agree with that. So we have limited resources. So we have to protect our limited resources for our future usage also. No? If we are going to use all the resources at once, then there will be a disaster. So we have to think about that. It's like that now we have trees and all. If we are going to cut down and we are going to use that all the trees for our day-to-day requirements, then what will happen to the future generation? They are in a risk. So that is why we are learning these subjects and try to get more knowledge and try to conserve our environment and to have and we are trying to keep the environment in a sustainable manner. That's why we are doing that. Why basically we are doing that? So we can be so greedy and we can eat everything and just finish it, no? But that's not the way to do. So we have to think about the next generation, our children and all. So they also have to, they are also liable to live in this world. So we have to keep the environment very neat and clean for their use. So these things are very common topics. No? So you can think and write. Just I'm telling something, just to think. Okay. If you have any difficulty of writing, then I do not know whether this is allowed in Sinhala language. I think they do not want to allow to write it in Sinhala. But anyway, use very simple English, which simply we can understand and try to explain it. If it is very difficult to explain, then just draw some sketches. You can add some pictures and all, and explain what is in your mind. So that is also sufficient to consider as a correct answer. To consider as a correct answer. Any questions? I have elaborated lot of things. And you can see what I'm doing here. So I'm referring on paper and discussing these things. Can you see? Hello. Hello. Sulaksha, your people are sleeping now? Hello? Sulaksha, can you hear me? Or you are recording me?
Yes, sir.
What you are doing? Hello? You are writing so fast?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I feel the same. Then Dasan, is it okay? Any questions? Shehan, any questions? Sanjay?
No questions, sir.
Why? Should be some questions.
Sir, can you tell me
Bhagya,
paper structure?
sorry? I couldn't get you. මට පැහැදිලි නැහැ කියප එක. කියප එක පැහැදිලි නැහැ.
Paper structure, sir?
Ishan, structure. Do you want to repeat it again? You couldn't join initially at the beginning. Hello? Shall I repeat it again? Better, no? Can you hear me? Hello? Structure is like this. First 15 questions, you will get 2 marks. Yeah, Dhammika. Hello?
Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Someone is asking the structure again. No, that first there are 15 questions, then 4 answers are there, so you can select the correct one. The second set, you have to select either yes or not. Yes or no. That is 50-50 chances there. Then if it is yes, 50% chances there to get it correct. You answer. But that is not sufficient. Then if you have given the yes answer, then you have to explain it. So that is the second set. There are 5 questions. The third one, there are 5 questions again. Then each you have to answer only 3. Each will get 20 marks.
Thank you, sir.
Each will get 20 marks. Is it okay? Clear now?
Yes.
It's a very easy question paper. So if you have general knowledge also, you can get pass mark. Actually, you can get 50 easily. So going beyond 50, will be bit difficult. But up to 70, 75, like easily someone can go. Okay. So I feel I have given you all a good insight. Related to the coming paper. So go through all what we have discussed today, what we have highlighted. So directly there won't be a direct questions what we have discussed, but hello, was it refresh your learnings? Any comments? Yashoda, Yashini, any answer? Yashoda, have you refreshed your learnings? Rakshita, Jaimini, Ishan, yes or not?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Amali, your colleagues are here today.
Yes.
Your colleagues are here today. All are there.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yes.
Not all, few only.
You are here.
All are there. All right. That's good. All right.
Most of them are there, sir.
Okay. This is the simple. Sorry, Amali.
Yes,
Cannot
sir.
hear. All right. Okay. Any other questions? The papers, the what you have faced so far, was it good or easily answered or had any difficulty? No comments. Mohammed left, I think. Maybe Mohammed couldn't understand or maybe he understand. Kalana, any issue? Is it okay? Kalana. Hello. Kalana. You can hear me, no?
Yes, sir.
Right. Any questions? Anyway, go through what we have discussed during our lecture period. So, if we have gone through and refreshed these things, there won't be an issue. Right. Then, Yashoda, Amali, Sulakshi, shall we wind up the session?
Okay, sir.
Or you need anything else? Sulakshi? I feel Sulakshi is still writing. Hello? Yashoda? Actually, we should thanks to Yashoda, Sulakshi and Amali. Actually, they were trying their best to connect with you all. And they are the people who generated this Google link also. I think they wasted a lot of time to contact your people and arrange this discussion. So very important things I have communicated with you. So go through all these things what I have refreshed. So that definitely if you can go through these things, you will pass the exam, then the other people can get better marks. So then I'm planning to wind up the session right now and wishing you all the very best.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.